Hello, this is the Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Thursday, September 29th, 2016. No, I am not cooking bacon in my car. It is raining, and it's raining pretty darn hard. So yeah, I imagine that we'll be hearing the flop, flop, flop of these things that go back and forth. I forget what they're called. And windshield wipers. That's it. And the sizzling bacon sound. So, it's 5:07 p.m. right now, and a week from today, at about this time, I should be sitting on a plane waiting for the doors to close and to get pushed off for my Delta flight to Las Vegas so that me and the wife can go to SiglerFest. I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like a really fun time. Apparently there's a lot of us noobs that are going this year. And apparently, what I'm reading on the Sigler page, it's a community that embraces getting new people there to experience it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing Scott and A, who I've seen before, but it's been, probably close to 10 years, if not over 10 years. I've got some books for them for Scott to sign. I don't know that we can take our entire library of books that he needs to sign. I believe I've got my old style Earth Course and Ancestor signed, because he came to the Michigan area for a signing. He came to Ann Arbor, and we went there. It was at a B-Dubs, and met some people there that I'm at least still Facebook friends with, which is cool. And got to meet A, and got to meet Scott, and all that. So I ordered a Kraken t-shirt so that I would have something Kraken to wear. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we ordered Kraken's jerseys because it was one day where you wear I think it's Saturday, where you wear the Kraken jerseys, and they do a big picture. So we ordered Kraken jerseys. It was fun. They're not cheap, but they're really cool, and they're really well made. And I've been meaning to take a picture of it and post it. I guess I'll have to do that soon. Maybe we'll do it at SiglerFest. Take a picture of the two of us, and we can post it, and that'll be our SiglerFest picture. Imagine that. So yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to. A little bit of vacay action. It's been a little while since I've gotten on an airplane. When was the last time I was on an airplane? Well, I guess that was probably when April 2015, when I had to travel for work to Charlotte, North Carolina. So I haven't been on an airplane for fun. When was the last time I was on an airplane for fun? It's been a while. Might have been the last time we went to Seattle, which has got to be at least 3 years, if not 4. I don't know. I'm really bad with dates. So it's been a while since I've been on an airplane for something that's for vacation. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got the Delta app loaded on my phone. Actually, I had the Delta app loaded on my phone, but I made sure that it was there and that it was logged in. So I got that available. I should probably think about if there's any other apps I need to have on the phone for travel. Probably not. We're not getting a car there. We're going to be at the Orleans Hotel, and we're just staying in that area because everything for SiglerFest is there pretty much. And everything else we'll do a taxi or an Uber or something. So there's really no reason, I don't have to worry about rental car apps or anything of that nature. So yeah, I probably, from a technological standpoint, I probably got everything I need there. I do find it's helpful when traveling to, if you're dealing with a rental car company and an airline or whatever, to be able to do that, have that ready at a moment's notice. There was one time, and this was back before apps. This was back when it was just good to have the phone number for these places in your contact list, where everybody. I was on a flight that got canceled, and people were just lining up trying to see what they could get, and I just called the number, and they were able to get me on a flight. I think that was the time we got laid over in Chicago. But they got us on a flight the next morning. Unfortunately, out of a different airport. We were at O'Hare, and it was coming out of Midway, so we had to take a very long cab drive to get over there. So I always had to tell my wife that was her fault, because that was I think that was a trip for work, but it was in Chicago, and she came along. And, I used to travel pretty much every week for a living for a while there, going to Chicago and going to Indianapolis and a few other places here in the Rust Belt, as it's known. And I never had a flight cancel, to the point where, did I ever have a flight cancel? I never at least had to stay over. If a flight canceled on me, they got me in another one a little bit later. And then, I had delays. I had long delays sometimes. 2-3 hours is pretty long. That's what I consider a long delay. Anything over that is like inconceivable. But that was the only one where we could not get on a flight that night, and we had to wait until the next morning to get on it was a really early flight. It was I think it was 6 o'clock, so we get to Midway at 5. And I think the only thing that was open other than TSA was a coffee vendor that I visited. The perils of travel. I am glad that I don't do that for a living anymore. I wouldn't mind a job where maybe once every month or once every 6 weeks there was some trip that was relatively short, not going to China or Australia or Germany or something like that, but maybe go somewhere on the East Coast, or even if I had to, somewhere on the West Coast, but just occasionally hop on a plane for work. That'd be okay. I'd be open for that, but not going to happen where I currently am. There's just no need. Just no need. We do everything remote. Even though I go to work, I could basically be remote, because pretty much nothing I'm working on is at the building where I'm at. So in a sense, everything's remote. So yeah. And what else is going on in my life today? I don't know. I was working on some taglines for the new covers, and I got some things I need to run them past the wife tonight. And we'll see what happens. From there, but we're really close on those. Yeah, I guess that's really about it. Looking forward to vacation. I feel like because I took a day and a half off, it wasn't last week, so it was the week before, and now here I'm going to have Thursday and Friday off next week, and it's wow. I feel like I'm getting a lot of time off in a short period of time, which is cool. The next piece of time off I have after this is November 1st for NaNoWriMo. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Getting started on the book. I do need to kind of sit down and review my notes for that and start making a game plan for what it is I want to do. I have some ideas up here, but I'm actually, I want to start scribbling up some ideas based on my notes, and then I'm also going to have to listen to the episode when it comes out. I believe he said it was on the 18th of October. So, yeah. But that's really all I'm thinking about today. I will let that be that. And I will be talking to you tomorrow. So, be seeing you.